Hey there. Thanks so much for requesting my 5 tips on how to sell more. When? Now. In case we haven't met, I'm Erika V, the queen of non-pushy sales. I'm all about serving and problem solving. So I can't wait to share my tips. So please grab a pen and paper and let's get going. I'm going to share my screen. So hold on a minute. Let me just pull this up and we're going to be raring to go. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, here we go. All righty, so here we go. As I said, it's my 5 tips to sell more now. All right, just so you know who I am, in case we haven't met, I am the mom of two. I have a 16-year-old and an 8-year-old. I'm happily married to my former submarine hunky husband for 18 years. We live in the U.S. in Maryland, outside of Washington, D.C. But if you've heard me speak before, I have lived all over the place, and I love it. As my mom always said, we take a piece of each place with us. So this is where I started my humble beginnings. So I grew up in New York City. My mom fled an abusive relationship and we bounced from place to place. And finally we landed at my grandma's apartment. It was like 200 square feet, seriously. Now I remember when I was 8, we had moved once again and I realized I was different. Now at this time, my mom decided that like we really have to focus on having the best life. But what happened was we had now moved to a place which was kind of like Beverly Hills. And I realized I am the poor kid and the only one whose mom is divorced. I never felt like I belonged, but I knew that there must be a reason I am here. So if you can picture what you're looking at right now and just picture to the left-hand side, I was actually run over by a car on the sidewalk right there. And so I realized later in life when I was about 13 that I must still be here for a reason. I began working and I found sales and I realized I have a purpose in life and I'm really good at solving problems and I love making people happy. And that's where it all began. Now, as you see me, I am the queen of non-pushy sales, over 30 years of sales and business experience. I know I look so young. Now I've owned a jewelry business, a salon at 19, a restaurant at 21, and 18 years in direct sales. And I've sold everything from low ticket items to products with lots of commas in it. Now I want to tell you something though. Even though I was top salesperson, I was always uncomfortable bringing up money as I was afraid of sounding pushy. So I developed a system so that people could just answer questions and they would tell me what they wanted. And all I had to do was solve their problems. This has served me in many industries. From a corporate position, I was to go around to different weight loss / service centers around the United States and increase revenue. I used this system and I often quadrupled those sales in a 2-week time period. And it wasn't just a one-hit wonder. The sales continued to go up. So part of this is called my blessing method. And I'm going to share some of that with you right now. So, I'm giving you my time for free, and I just want you to know something that I ask you if you could just turn off your other devices and just stick with me for this short presentation. You are going to get a lot of value, but I do want to give you a disclaimer that there's going to be spelling errors and lack of punctuation because I do have dyslexia. I also have 3 autoimmune diseases, and I think of myself as an autoimmune warrior, and I try to be a role model for others who may be struggling as well. In addition to that, I do have 3 traumatic brain injuries. It took me many years to recover from them. And I learned a lot of skills when I was going to speech therapy, and I bring them into business. And that enables me to break down everything into bite-sized pieces to show you the how and the why to be successful. All right, so listen, guys, if I can do it, you can do it too. So let's get going. Okay, I just want you to know I'm always strategic because this saves time and it removes the emotion. This will increase your sales and your client retention. I say client because a customer is just a one-time sale. Who wants that? Not me. Here's my words of wisdom about that, okay? So when you're thinking about it and when you address the people in your life that are doing business with you, I encourage you to please, think of them as clients, okay? You want that repeat business, and that is my specialty. No more saying that C word, customer. Now, here is tip number 1. Act like you are successful. Show up with consistency across all platforms. and name your business. I teach attraction marketing, okay? That means that you are going to attract people to you. You will not vomit your name of the company that you represent or the brand that you represent. You're going to attract people to you. That's who they want to do business with. Now, listen, we're going to do a couple simple tweaks to do this. We're going to help you clean up your social media. Think about this. If you're posting all this negative Nancy stuff, sorry if your name's Nancy, okay, you're going to be attracting people who have a negative mindset. I encourage you, start today, delete anything negative, anything that's controversial, political, things like that. Just attract the people that you want. I want you to make a professional banner on your Facebook. This is real estate, okay? Guess what else you can do? You can edit your bio and put your links there. I have a course, Surveys to Sell and Feedback to Close. If you've taken that, I've encouraged you to write your survey and put it there instead of your website. Why is that? Well, the survey is going to gather data. If you send someone straight to your website, you can't problem solve. You don't know what they need. If you don't have a survey, maybe you have a freebie or something that you can put there, but don't put anything that's about selling because it's about serving. Does that make sense to everybody? Now, listen, I want you to be very strategic. I want you to show up as the authority, okay? So now, does your desk look like the one on the left with all kinds of things that you're meaning to do every single day? Do you have Post-it notes? You've got leads here, all kinds of things, because if you're focused on all this stuff you need to do, it weighs you down. And it's very hard to show up with good posture and have that glow about you and to attract people when you have this heaviness about you. So I would encourage you to follow the steps that I'm going to give you right now. It's my recipe for, selling, and it's going to help you to clear out all the cobwebs and all the clutter. All right, now let's do tip number 2. Create and tweak your pre-qualification process. This is going to help you to weed out the people who are not open to, hearing about your products or services. Wouldn't you want to know right now if they want your fancy water or not, right? It does you a disservice, honestly, if you start talking to people and, like I always say, vomiting information about what you like, right? Instead of finding out what they are interested. Okay. Now, this is going to save you time. It's going to remove the frustration and worry about being pushy. You will never, ever, ever, ever be pushy if you are solving a problem. What? That the potential client said that they had. Does that make sense? Let me repeat that. You will never be pushy if you are solving a problem that the potential client said they had. Now, how do you do this? Well, I do it through a survey, as I said, okay? Now, I get the lead and the prospect to tell me what they are interested in, and all I have to do is solve the problem with my product or service. Super, super easy. So I take them on a fast journey where I create curiosity. Touch your nose. People are nosy. And when they're done filling out my survey, they're excited and anxious to talk to me. Now, listen, the other thing about this is really good is that checking back in is super easy and it's non-threatening because remember, you're just solving a problem that they said they have. It's not awkward. You're not left not knowing what you should say. The other thing is these surveys will help you to create all your social media content because why? People told you what they're looking for. Genius, right? All right, we need to talk about this, okay? Because this is woohoo something. All right, so surprising facts. 2 times is the average number of sales per person an entrepreneur attempts to reach out. But 80% of sales and enrollments are made off the 5th to 12th contact. So, I mean, isn't that crazy? So I know, no judgment here because I'm here to help you, but write down on your piece of paper, how many times do you reach out to people? And why do you think that you stop? Well, many people, it's a little crazy though. They stop because of a lot of fear, and we're going to go over that. But if we do know that 80% of sales happen after multiple attempts, why are we not following up? Okay, so some of the reasons why. Now, 18 years of teaching people how to follow up, and I've seen it all, but these are the majority of the reasons. Well, do any of these resonate with you? Write down on your piece of paper, number 1, number 2, or number 3. Which one sounds like you, or maybe all 3? We convince ourselves that if they were truly interested, they would call us. Does that sound like you? Well, we're unsure what to say. Number 3, we should check back, but we don't know how many days should pass because we don't want to sound pushy. And then before you know it, 7 years have gone by, and now you're avoiding the person in the grocery store, at football games and stuff, because you know that you're the one who dropped the ball. Which one sounds like you? 1, 2, or 3, or all of them? Now listen to this. With your strategic pre-qualification process, you won't have this issue anymore. How many more happy clients would you have? How would that increase the income for your family? Or maybe you want to be like me and bless the community. What do I work for? Well, I'm working on buying a beach house in Rhode Island. That's my family goal, to bring all my family together for holidays. But the other goal that I have is I want any church or community organization to be able to pick up that phone and call me and say, Erika, we need 26 turkeys tomorrow for Thanksgiving, or whatever holiday it is, or we need 6 Christmas trees, or we need menorahs, or we need clothing, whatever it is. I want to say, here's my credit card, get what you want. And I don't want to have to worry if that's going to affect my family and paying bills. That's what I work for. What is it that you are working for? Now let's do number 3. We need to shorten your learning curve, okay? And master the skill of selling. Get yourself a mentor. Now, in my mind, selling is simply problem solving and serving. It's not all icky and yucky. I mean, what do you think of when you hear selling? Do you think of like the used car salesman who you go in and you've got 10 kids and you're like, yes, so I'm here to buy a minivan for my 10 kids. And he's like, oh, no. Look at this polka dotted convertible. You would look great in it. And you're thinking, what? How am I going to do that? He had like bananas in his ears. He wasn't even listening to you. He made it all about himself. Is that what you think of when you hear the word selling? Because to me, what I think of is a beautiful time, a conversation, a chit chat maybe, or maybe someone just watches a video. But I am solving their problem. And oh boy, does that make me happy. I want to make someone's life easier, don't you? So I want to tell you something. Again, 18 years of coaching and mentoring others. I realized some things and I'm sharing them with you today. The longer you take to just figure it out. Are you saying, I'm just going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. No. You are missing out on new clients daily. Sometimes we spend so much time on our phones scrolling and we think we're working, but our bank accounts are not growing. Let me ask you this. Are you gaining new clients every single week? Are you like, what? Shut the front door every week? Yeah, baby. Every week. If you are not gaining new clients, guess what? You're not building your business. You want growth. You can never say, okay, this is enough. I don't need any more. It's always about growth. I really want you to keep it simple, okay? And strategic. Create your sales process and perfect it. Repetition is the key. I want you to take a screenshot of this, okay? Or you can hit Control and PRT if you're on, what is this one? On a Windows computer. I'm not sure about Macs. You'll have to Google that. So for now, just take a screenshot, okay? This is my recipe for sales. This is how I've made tons and tons of money and tons of people happy. And I've taught this to many people around the globe. You're going to attract people to you. You're going to pre-qualify them. You're going to find out what they want. All you're going to do is present by problem solving. Of course, every single time you're going to gain referrals. And I have a whole program on that called the blessing of the gift cards. Then what happens after they become your client? Do you just forget about them and just wait for them to reorder or to call you again? No. It's about the retention and the automation. These are key to your business. So attract, pre-qualify, present, referrals, retention, and automation. Get that screenshot. Okay. You want to have the tools. This is my last tip. Number 5, having a business that runs in the background is key. So I use a lot of automation. And the other thing is, I want to tell you, my mom recently passed away. And while I was with her for 17 hours a day, my business didn't stop. Okay. People were ordering, people were filling out surveys, people were connecting and contacting me. Although I wasn't responding at that time because I was with her, I had leads generating, I had referrals coming in. I know a lot of times people have a life-changing and altering event, or their kids get sick, or, we got this whole virus going on. And what do? They stop their business. Have your business running on automation because life is uncertain and you want to make sure that your business will run even if you are unable to work that day. Does that sound good to you, right? You want your business to work, right? So did you know that you could have someone fill out a survey so they pre-qualify themselves and they can automatically be added to your email, send a text, a voicemail, add it to a Google Sheet, and send something in the old-fashioned mailbox, all while you were in dreamland or playing with your kids, grandkids, or maybe doing something else other than working. That's the lifestyle I live, and I hope that that's what you want as well. Sometimes we spend so much time doing all these tasks that we lose our energy. This is what you need to do, is set up the automation. As you can see, all the steps work together. Attract, pre-qualify, present, right? Referrals, retention, automation, they all go together. Like I said, have a business that works while you're not working. Are you missing out on the memories? Are you missing out on all of the things that you wanted and why you work so hard? Are you afraid to take time off because your business will go downhill? That's a sign that you need automation. I meet so many entrepreneurs who never even send out an email with a service. There's even free tools I can share with you, but when someone becomes your client, automatically the first thing that should happen, well, of course, after you close the sale and get your referrals, is they should get a welcome email. They should know what to expect from you. They should know where to find you on social media. And I'd say about 98% of the entrepreneurs I work with do not have that set up. And I can show you a template for that if you're interested. Now, I want to know, did you find this valuable? Was I helpful? I know it was really, really fast, but did I help you in any way? And would you like me to help you to implement your shift in your business? So I said, find a mentor. I hope you like me and you like my personality, but that's okay if you don't, right? Maybe you could pass this along to somebody else. But I do want to share how we could get your little patootie in gear if you would like to. And let's just get your business rolling. This is the time of year that is key to set you up for the next month, the next month, and the next month. You've got to build your client base now, not next week. Now, not put it off because you're unsure. Please let me hold your hand and let me help you to transform your business. I have a 5-day boot camp and I'd love to help you. Now, this is only for people who are ready to show up differently, attract your ideal client, and increase your sales and retention. You know my recipe. So if that sounds like you, please continue watching. If it doesn't sound like you, well, it was nice to meet you. So the 5-day boot camp is 5 one-hour self-paced lessons with action steps. You get to ask me questions. It's going to give you the how to and the why. It's going to give you a Facebook community. It's self-paced, like I said, and it has a 33-page workbook and prizes if you like prizes, because I want you to get into action. So many times people are course hoarders. Are you a course hoarder? Do you take course after course because you took one and then you didn't do it and you got confused? I mean, like, no course orders. No. Let's get you the systems. That is one of the things that people miss. They take courses to learn videos. They take courses for this, but you know what? None of that matters if your core business doesn't have a systematic approach. That's what I teach you. So what will you learn? Okay, well, there's the workbook. Okay, you're going to learn how to edit your social media accounts to show up as the authority to attract your ideal client. You're going to learn my simple, non-techie tools to help your business run on autopilot. Guess what? I'm going to teach you the magic words to use to increase your sales and the things not to say, because guess what? Key words matter. I'm going to help you to identify the benefits of your product or service to close more sales through serving. I cannot tell you how many people I talk to, and they cannot tell me the benefit of their product. They can certainly rehearse something that's on a website in our booklet, but they can't tell me why I need it. I'm also going to help you to tweak your sales process to create clients for life. In 5 days, in 5 hours, we are going to transform your business if you allow me to help you. Now, who is this for? Okay, so does this sound like you? Are you tired of posting and not gaining clients? Are you showing up on social media and it's not converting to clients? Are you holding appointments and events and not selling as much as you would like to? Do you want clients instead of a one-time sale? Remember, is it the C word customer that you want? Because like I said, I'm not your girl if you want a one-time sale. Do you feel like you're twisting people's arms to gain sales? Do you feel like you've got this great product or service and you're not understanding why people just don't see it? They're like, no, not now, maybe later. I'm going to help you with that. Are you wasting time showing up but not converting your time into sales? So my boot camp is only $47, okay? Again, you're gonna get the 5 days of action items and strategies, the PDF workbook, the private Facebook community, and you'll have access to the replays and ask questions for 7 days. I have a portal and you'll be in my portal as well as Facebook. Now, if you're like, oh, no, I don't want the pressure of just 7 days to do all this. I want lifetime access. Okay, no problem. If you want lifetime access, you'll get everything you got in the basic, but lifetime access. And the majority of people, I would say 90%, are doing this. It's the most popular because it's so good and juicy and you want to go back and replay. Again, it will be housed in my portal as well as on Facebook. If this is something that sounds good to you, please go to simplysalesbootcamp.com. And here is the QR code. If you're not sure how to use it, you're going to turn on your phone and you're going to go to your camera setting and you're going to hold it like this. And it should pop up Simply Sales Bootcamp and you just tap it and it will take you to my website where you can purchase. If you have any trouble purchasing or you have any questions, or maybe you want to email me and tell me which one of these sounded like you, please send an email reply back to the email message where you got this video, and I'd love to hear from you. Now again, this is self-paced. You can go in and you can start right away. You'll have 7 days access for the 47, or for 97 it's lifetime access. I will go into that. There's a special hashtag question area, and ask me any questions as you're going. And this is what I'd love for you to pinky promise me, if this is what you would like, is that please don't spend more than 15 minutes on something if you're unsure. So if I teach you a lesson and you go to implement it that day or the next day and you're stumped, or something is just not right, or you're confused, or you want to ask me something, please ask me, because I'm there to hold your hand. I want you to be successful. But if you don't ask me, you're going to be in the same boat that you are in right now, where you're confused and all you do is go from course to course to course. Let's stop the madness and let's get your sales system in place. I really hope that these tips were helpful to you, and I look forward to hearing from you or to work with you. Bye for now.